Good morning, friends. It's Vanessa Short, your 50-something-year-old makeup teacher and Invisalign journey person here to talk to you. So I'm going to put my makeup on while we're talking, but it is day 15 into my Invisalign journey, and I don't have my trays in right now because I am drinking my coffee, but I switched trays on Thursday night. So I switched them last night and I put in my third tray out of a million. I don't know how many I have, at least 18 months worth. But if you don't know, go back and watch the other video. On a couple days before I got Invisalign, I had a tooth pulled. This one right here. It's actually already filling in the space. So I just want to kind of give you an update on how it goes. I traded my trays out and put my new ones in last night, and it's definitely uncomfortable. It feels like a lot of pressure. It's tight. And so it was suggested to put them in at night and I took a Tylenol and an ibuprofen, and then I also took one of those this morning. I usually notice, well, it's only been a couple weeks, but if I take one at night, then I fall asleep before the pain kicks in because I put the new trays in right before I go to bed. And then I also I took my trays out this morning to drink my coffee, took another Tylenol and ibuprofen, and I'll put my trays back in here in a few minutes before I leave. And that seems to work well. But I'll tell you, I think the bottom is more sensitive to me now, and it's probably because my teeth are much more crooked down there, and that hole that's missing the tooth, it probably is just moving a lot more, and I'm guessing that's why it feels that much harder to put those trays in, and I can feel the pressure. But with all that being said, I think I'm doing really well. I'm definitely leaving them in for the 22 hours. I take them out to eat like a brunch and dinner, and then I put them back in after I've brushed, and I've actually been flossing more. I've already noticed that I actually have a space in between my front teeth where my floss fits in a lot easier. It's easier to floss already. It feels like even just in those 2 weeks, I have some space there, and that's been great. Sorry, I always take longer with my makeup when I'm yapping. But the weird thing is when I don't have them in and I'm eating, I haven't attempted to eat out at a restaurant yet, but there's these buttons, and you can't really see them when you're looking straight on, but when you turn, see these bumps sticking out right here? I have these buttons on almost every tooth. This one especially, because I think my tooth sticks out so far, and the one on the bottom rubs in the inside of my lip, so it's a little bit uncomfortable. And I almost want to put my trays back in as soon as I'm done eating because it has a barrier to block those little buttons from rubbing on the inside of my mouth. Does that make sense? I will also let you know that on the last day before I'm changing my trays, so on Thursdays, a lot of times I'm drinking iced coffee for most of the morning, and I don't take out my trays because I figure what's the big deal if they get stained or I'm taking them out to replace them that night anyway. When I take them out, I put them in a little like Tupperware container with vinegar while I'm eating, so they're soaking in there. And then when I'm done eating, I go and brush and floss, and then I brush the trays, take them out of the vinegar, rinse them, brush the trays, and then I put them in. And they've actually been staying very clean. I don't drink soda, and I don't drink like red wine or anything. They said, be careful with staining. So I figure if I'm going to drink some wine, I'll probably drink white, and I'll maybe have it in a straw if I can't take out my Invisalign. But I might test that out tonight. But I don't drink that much alcohol anyway, so it's not a big deal to me. But that's it so far. That's my progress. It seems to be going pretty well. I am not mad about it. It's kind of weird. I definitely noticed, though, when I change my trays and it's tight for that first night. It happened last week, too. I have some really weird dreams, and it's probably just that pressure. But I don't sleep bad. I wake up a few times, and I can kind of feel that tightness. But it's definitely tolerable. I mean, and I don't think it's any worse than braces. I've heard people with braces, when they have to get them tightened, it really hurts. So at least I can take my trays out to eat, and so far so good. So I'm almost done with my coffee, and I'm going to go put my trays back in and go work out. So, oh, and I wanted to also tell you that my lisp is almost undetectable. My husband came home yesterday and I was talking to him, and then he goes, "Do you have your trays in?" Because he didn't notice my lisp. And I did have my trays in. I'm just getting used to them, so I'm not lisping as much, which is great. And when I have them in, my smile is almost normal again, because I was having some issues with making like weird, creepy smiles. I was going to do a video about it, but it was just temporary. I think that my smile with my trays in is almost back to normal, and I'm glad about that. Okay, that's it. Little update, and I hope that you guys have a beautiful day. If you have any questions about Invisalign, if you'd like a referral to my orthodontist or my dentist that referred me to him, my dentist does Invisalign too. I was just a tougher case, so he sent me to his friend, Dr. Johnson. I am very grateful so far. Things are going well, and I love to keep you updated. So if you have any tips and you've had Invisalign, please drop them in the comments. Give me all your tips. I will do a whole video about how I take them in and out later. But thanks. Have a beautiful day. I'm Vanessa Short.